Hi, I'm Rich, and I'm covering post 1 week from my rotator cuff repair. So here's how it went. I guess it was Monday night. I got a phone call from the hospital telling me that I had to be at the hospital at 9 o'clock and report, and told me where to report. When I got there, about quarter of, they put me right in into one of these cubes, and the doctor put me, or not the doctor, nurse hooked me up with the IV bottle, checked my blood pressure, my oxygen levels, asked me about 200 questions, of which maybe a quarter of them were all related to COVID, and then the anesthesiologist came in, asked me if I had any problems with it being under before, and I said no, I never did, and he said, okay, do you want a block? And I said, yes, I want a block. And so he brought his ultrasound machine in so I could see the screen and everything. And he checked my shoulder right in here, looking for the nerve endings, I guess it was, and said this is where, and he told me exactly where he was going to kill, he was going to deaden. So then they wheeled me, the doctor showed up about, the operation was supposed to start at 11, he showed up about quarter after 11. He came in right from the front door. He still had his coat on, and I guess maybe 2 minutes after that, or he did ask me a couple questions. One of the questions he asked me was if I remember what the plan was. And the plan was, first we were going to do an orthoscopic surgery and see if he could repair it that way. If he couldn't do that, then he was going to do he's going to cut me open and repair it that way. And if that couldn't be fixed, then he was going to close me up, and we were going to have a discussion about replacement. So as it went, right after that, they wheeled me into the operating room. The anesthesiologist was the first one to telephones, right? Was the first one to greet me in there, and there had to be maybe 2 or 3 nurses in there. Of course, the doctor was in there. I think there were some interns in there because they were off to the side and back there a little bit. Tons of machinery, and anesthesiologist said to me, I said to him, I says, "Can you please let me know when you're gonna start giving me the happy juice?" Because I've always whenever I had an endoscopy or colonoscopy or something like that, I could feel the stuff coming on, and they give me the shot, and shortly like 2 seconds later you're out of it. But you remember that initial shot, The guy said to me that you're going to get a block right now, and chances are you won't remember the block. And that was the last word I remember hearing. Next thing I know, I woke up in the recovery room 4.5 hours later. The operation, from what I understand, took about 2.5 hours. I was in the recovery room for another 2 hours, I guess. They gave me some muffins, some graham crackers, and some juice to drink. Told me to get dressed, and they put me in a wheelchair, and they moved me out to the car. And we were in the car, my wife's car, at 5:30. And from there, we went to the pharmacy, picked up our meds, and came home. Now, what they told me about the block was I was going to start feeling some tingling in my fingers, and that was going to be an indication of start taking your meds. Now, the meds they gave me was oxycodone. It was 5 milligrams, which I don't think is a very strong dosage, if I remember right. I did a Google on it. I think they come in like 5, 10, 25 milligrams or whatever it is. So it seemed like it was probably the lowest dosage they could give me. And so I took the I guess it was around maybe 1:30 in the morning. I started to feel the fingers. I think it was about 12. Started to feel the finger. Half hour later, I felt the other finger, and I said, okay, let's get ahead of the pain, because everybody says, get ahead of the pain. So I took an oxycodone, I guess around 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, I was in pain, took another one. I guess the first day, the next day, I took one every 4 hours. And it seemed like it deadened it so I could at least function and stuff. Then the second day, I stretched it out to once every 6 hours. I started taking a Tylenol in between that. Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol, which is a 500 milligram. I take 2 of those. So between the oxycodone and that, it was going pretty good. One other thing I got to mention though is from the result of the operation, I had a really bad sore throat, which I couldn't understand what that was. And when I finally talked to someone, they said, "Well, you were intubated." So, which I wasn't aware that we were going to do because I've never been done. That's never been done to me before. I guess if I had known it, I probably would have done some research on it, find out, if it's painful or anything like that. But this was really, really painful. I couldn't swallow anything hot and cold. I had to warm up my water out of the faucet, and I had to, it was just really, really raw. My uvula, which is the little thing that hangs down in the back of your throat, was white. I guess it was dead skin on it. So I don't know what happened during that when he tried to intubate me, whether he just screwed up or scraped it or something. I don't know what happened, but it was pretty painful. In fact, going in as the week went on, I started to cut back on the oxy. I think eventually I had like 2 pills left, and this was probably, I gotta say, maybe Thursday. And by this time, I was taking a Tylenol every 6 hours. And Easter Sunday was coming up, and I tried to get a hold of the doctor, and I guess it was just a perfect week, perfect storm, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody. I couldn't get a hold of their answering machine. When I did get a hold of the answering machine, they said their answering service, they said they couldn't contact anybody. So I don't know what was going on with that. I complained to the doctor, and the doctor said he'd take care of that. But as it turns out, it hurt so bad. I went to have I was going to have a sandwich, but I was really afraid that the sandwich really tearing up my throat some more. So what I wound up doing was just grab a couple slices of bologna and some cheese, and I tried to eat it, and it was cold right out of the refrigerator. And, oh, was that terrible. That was really hard to get down. So later that Sunday, which was Easter Sunday, my daughter was coming over with her husband. We were going to have a nice dinner and all that, and I was really concerned about my throat. So we wound up going to a walk-in clinic, and the doctor prescribed 2 doses of a steroid. You take one today, and we one that night, and one the next day. My doctor wasn't real happy about that. He said that it has a tendency to interfere with the healing of the operation. But he did say that, it says, "Oh, it's only for 2 days, so maybe it wasn't that big of a deal." So where was I at here? So anyhow, I wound up taking an oxy to eat dinner because I couldn't not swallow, and it worked out all right. Here I was taking oxy for my throat when I had the oxy for my shoulder. So anyhow, that was just may have been a problem that I had, whatever it was. But as time went on, things started getting a little better. I cut back on my Tylenol. I was down to I took some Advil for a while there for a couple of days, and that really worked well. Advil with Tylenol really worked well, but my doctor wasn't happy about that either. When I checked it out, because a lot of people on YouTube said they took that, and so I was, I said, well, what the heck, if they can do it, so can I. But my doctor wasn't happy about that. He says that also interferes with the healing of the rotator cuff or with the tendons or whatever it was you want to talk about. So I stopped that. Sleeping was terrible. I tried sleeping in the chair behind me over here. It just, I wasn't comfortable. My arm constantly hurt wherever I put it, and even though I took the Tylenol at night, there was at some point, like maybe 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, it would just start pounding, and I just couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't find a spot where to put it and be comfortable. I eventually wound up moving into into a bed, and it just didn't work out either. But I got to say that for the most part, it's been getting better every single day. It's not like leaps and bounds better, but I am getting better every day. I feel like it's baby steps. I get that. Maybe yesterday it hurt doing this. Just moving my arm like that, and today it doesn't hurt that way. Or something like that. I'm able to put my shirt in and out. Big thing was, oh boy, taking a shower. I couldn't take a shower until that Saturday. Um, and that was really nice. My wife has been fantastic. She's been there every second of the day. You know, I feel like I'm in a nursing home when I got my own private nurse, which I probably do. And she's been helping me wash up in the shower, and watching my meds for me. She's getting a list. She's got a list of when I'm supposed to take it or when I took it and stuff like that. So she's keeping track of all that stuff. Putting lotion on my arms, and so I'm not itching all over the place. Yeah, she's been a real winner, I tell you, and I'm forever grateful for that. So that's about it. I will post another one probably another week from now and see how that goes. And we'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good day.